Hey there, it's Angela. I just wanted to pop in with a special update to catch you up on everything that's happening behind the scenes and share some exciting opportunities that I have for you that are coming up. If you've been thinking about ways to streamline your work or to learn new teaching strategies or just reconnect with your sense of purpose this summer and fall, I have a lot of different options for you. So in this little in-between episode, I'm going to be sharing insights from the latest survey I did on teachers' thoughts about AI and the resources I have to support you in artificial intelligence. I'll tell you about the next cohort of the 40-hour teacher workweek program, which is coming up this summer, and information on how you can catch one of my live presentations at some conferences this summer. I'll also share a brand new live PD experience I'm offering through Rocket PD this fall, and give you some updates on the completion of the Finding Flow curriculum, including a few hints about what's coming next. So I'll keep the description of each opportunity and each new thing detailed enough that you can get a sense of what might be a good fit for you. And then if you hear something that you might like to participate in, the links you need for more information are in the show notes. So first up, let's talk about artificial intelligence. It's worth noting that there's been a major policy development around AI in education recently. The White House issued an executive order a couple of weeks ago called the Advancing Artificial Intelligence Education for American Youth Initiative. It establishes an AI education task force that is designed to encourage AI literacy and integrate artificial intelligence learning into K-12 schools nationwide. And it specifically mentions teachers using it to streamline their workload. So I have to say, I'm genuinely excited to see talk about teacher productivity and time saving being prioritized and funded. I hope that this can lead to some good outcomes for teachers and kids. At the same time, of course, I'm skeptical. Number one, we just had the Department of Education abolished and education returned to the states. So I'm unclear about where a federal mandate for schools is going to fall into that. I'm also not sure how much funding schools are going to get for this. Also, just in terms of big picture of the future of education, while AI has the potential to make teachers' workloads more sustainable, I want to make sure that any training that teachers are given is designed to lighten their loads and not an excuse to cut teaching positions or to expect teachers to do even more just because they have new tools. And that's part of why I offer training on AI for educators, not because I think it's going to save the world and, I'm this techno optimist who thinks that it's all good. It's because I am skeptical. And I think it's important to have really grounded training that isn't just cheering it on, but is also looking at the pros as well as the cons. And I think it's really essential for classroom teachers to be informed about what AI does, how they can use it, and how it's shaping the future of education. We need to set the precedent that the goal is to enhance the work of teachers. It's not to automate teachers out of the picture. What's best for kids is not to learn from AI bots all day long. It's to learn from skilled human teachers who use AI to free up their time for the parts of the job that only humans can do. That's the heart of the work that I'm doing with 40-hour AI, and it's the lens that I will continue to bring to everything that I share with you around AI. So, as I said about teacher voice being super, super important, let's talk about how teachers are feeling about AI and how they're using it. You might remember that last spring in 2024, I sent out an email on my list, and I also announced to you all here on the podcast, just asking folks how you're feeling about artificial intelligence. And I did the same thing again this spring, April 2025. The responses this time were really fascinating. So here's a few of the key takeaways from this. Most schools still don't have clear AI policies. When I asked about district approaches to AI, the majority of teachers, about 37%, that was the largest, obviously it's not really the majority, but the answer that had the most people saying yes, said that their schools hadn't set any policies or guidelines yet. Now, that's down from 60% last year who said they didn't have any policies. So we're seeing some movement in the right direction, but clarity is still lacking. Teachers are still often left to figure out what they should and shouldn't be doing on their own. Another key takeaway from the survey is that teacher use of AI is increasing quickly. Nearly 30% of teachers who responded to my survey said they are now pretty good with AI and use it fairly often. That's double the number from last year. Another 5% said they use it all the time. And the number of teachers who haven't tried artificial intelligence dropped by more than half. So we're seeing a clear trend. More teachers are integrating artificial intelligence into their work in regular, meaningful ways. The number one barrier, according to the survey results, was not having enough time. There's no time to learn and explore the tools. 34% of teachers in this year's survey cited time constraints. 21% cited ethical concerns. And just 13% said they weren't sure how AI could actually save time. That number was significantly down from last year. So what I'm seeing is that teachers want to use AI, but they need support that is quick, that's practical, that's ready to go. And it can't just be about saving time or learning cool tricks. Teachers who responded to this survey are asking deeper, more important questions. They want to know how to use AI in ways that support the long-term outcomes that we want to see in our schools and in society as a whole. And in this year's survey, there was a noticeable uptick in comments from educators expressing concerns about AI doing too much of the thinking for us and for our students. There's a growing awareness that if we're not intentional, we risk creating classrooms where critical thinking, creativity, and human connection are replaced by automation. And I share those concerns wholeheartedly. Whenever I talk about AI, I'm always trying to keep that bigger picture in mind. How can we use these tools to enhance and not replace meaningful learning and meaningful connection between teachers and students? How do we ensure kids are still building essential skills like problem solving, ethical decision-making, and time for deep reflection? How do we model discernment and intentionality with technology and AI instead of just blind reliance? It's really easy to get caught up in the excitement of artificial intelligence and any new technology. But ultimately, our goal isn't just to make teaching more efficient. It's to make it more human. We want to free up more time and mental bandwidth for the things that matter most: building relationships, fostering creativity, helping kids develop the skills that they will need to thrive in an unpredictable future. So whenever I share ideas about artificial intelligence, whether it be in the 40-hour AI membership, whether it be here on the podcast, on the blog, on social media, you can trust that I am thinking through both sides of this equation. How can it make your work easier today? And how is it shaping the future of education for tomorrow? So I was really heartened to see the hesitancy in this year's survey, to see the questions, to see the deeper reflections. I think it's absolutely critical, and again, has to be teachers doing this work. Your opinions, your voices, your expertise. You're the ones who are in the classroom with the kids. You have to have a voice in this, and you need to be informed. And I'm hoping to play a role in that. That is exactly why I created 40-Hour AI. It's an offshoot of the 40-Hour Teacher Workweek program. And it's designed specifically to help teachers save time and work more efficiently using artificial intelligence tools without feeling overwhelmed or getting lost in the process, because it changes so fast. So it's really not about getting swept up in the latest trends or just experimenting endlessly. Here's another new thing. Here's this one. Oh, now this one can do this. It's really just about, okay, if you need to plan a lesson, where should you go? What's the best place? If you need to differentiate a reading passage, where? How? What's the best tool? What's the fastest way? How can I do this? And also for free, because I only highlight the free uses of tools, because I know it's not in the budget for every teacher to subscribe to every single AI tool. So really quick training videos, like 5 minutes. So you want to create a rubric? I'm showing you exactly how to do it, where to go, what to type in, how to prompt it, and how to refine your results. So that's one piece that I wanted to tell you about. I have some live trainings for artificial intelligence planned this summer. There's going to be one each in May, June, July, and August. And these will be for 40-Hour AI members. They will be highly practical. Here's how to use this tool to grade faster, not just look at all the shiny things. So those monthly trainings from May to August are just for 40-Hour AI members. There will also be a free training that's open to everyone in June and another one in August. So if you want to attend those free trainings, I'll tell you more about them when the time gets closer. And if you want all of the trainings, if you're on board, the membership for 40-Hour AI is super affordable. $89 is a full year's access, or you can just join for a quarter. It's $29 for 3 months and you have access to everything. So you can go in there, check it all out, watch everything, over your summer when you have time, and then cancel. And you can always come back anytime. So, wait a year, see what's changed, come back in for another quarter, see what else is new, what new tools have developed, what new use cases are happening, and then you can cancel again. I'm fine with folks popping in and out because, like you, I don't like having recurring subscriptions forever. It's annoying. So pop in and out, do whatever you want to do. And if you want to save more, of course, you can do it for the whole year, and that's $89. We do also take purchase orders. So if your school wants you to be trained in artificial intelligence, I can work with them to process that payment. There are group discounts and school discounts. And also I do these trainings live and in person. So if you want me to come to your school and train your teachers on using AI to streamline and do your work more productively, also how to use AI to support neurodiverse students is another big focus for me. And you'll hear me talking more about that over the coming months because I see artificial intelligence as a really powerful way to support kids who learn differently. So if you are already part of 40-Hour AI, you can look forward to some really fun and informative live events this summer. They will all be recorded in the membership site too, so if you can't make it, no worries. And if you're not part of 40-Hour AI, you can join the free June training, see if you like the vibe, see if this is helpful, and then decide from there if you want more. Join the membership anytime. So that's the AI stuff. Next up, let's talk about the original 40-Hour Teacher Workweek program. If you've been following my work for a while, you probably know that 40-Hour is my signature professional development program. I've been running it for 10 years now, since 2015, which is just wild to me. And it's really focused on helping teachers streamline their workload. It's about creating better work-life balance and making teaching sustainable so that you can keep doing the job you love without burning out. 40-Hour Full Year is a full year program, as the name suggests. It runs from July till June, so throughout the whole school year, and really walks you through step-by-step systems to help you do fewer things better and work smarter, not harder. So when you join, you get a complete roadmap for each aspect of your teaching. So assessment, parent communication, documentation, lesson planning, all these kinds of things. And there's printable resources, templates, checklists, and mindset shifts that you can use immediately. Also, everything is in both PDF and audio form. So if you're listening to this, obviously you enjoy listening to audio and consuming content that way. And that's all included, as well as a really amazing and supportive community where teachers are sharing ideas and celebrating wins and encouraging one another. So we kick off a new cohort every summer. And this year's cohort will begin enrolling in June. If you sign up early between now and the end of June, you can use a special early bird coupon code to get the full year of support for $129. So that is a $30 savings off the regular enrollment price. I have not offered it this low in a long time. Like, it's been several years, and I've decided to offer this coupon code because I know times are tough right now and folks don't have a lot of disposable income, and I want this to be available to you. So it's $129. And then once you're in, you'll have access to all the materials permanently. That is a course, and you never lose access to the materials. It's not a membership. 40-Hour AI is a membership because I'm constantly having to update it. This is just a course. So you have access to everything permanently. And it's really designed to meet you where you are. Whether you're a brand new teacher and you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're a veteran teacher who's looking to reclaim your time and energy, you will definitely find your people in 40-Hour. There are tons of very experienced teachers in there because the job has changed so much over the years, right? Like, the job you were doing 5 years ago is not the same as the job that it was 10 years ago, much less 20 years ago. So even really experienced folks are enjoying sharing different ideas for streamlining and working more effectively and efficiently in 40-Hour. So I'll drop the link for that in the show notes. And if you're thinking about joining, make sure to grab that early bird discount before it expires at the end of June. There are also a couple other opportunities to learn with me this summer apart from anything to do with 40-Hour. I'm going to be presenting at a couple of different conferences in June that are open to the public. Most of what I do is usually just for individual schools or districts, so it's not open to everyone. But I want to tell you about an event that is open to everyone. I'm going to be speaking about AI and how teachers can use it in practical time-saving ways, as well as how to support neurodiverse students at both ASCD and ISTE. These are happening simultaneously in San Antonio, Texas in June. So if you are attending either conference or if you're just local to the San Antonio area, I would love to meet up with you. I'd love to see you there. Definitely keep an eye out for my sessions. I think these are two of the biggest education conferences of the year, and it's just really energizing to be around folks who are passionate about what they do, and just that the energy at these big conferences is just really fantastic. So if you are in San Antonio this June for ASCD or ISTE or both, I hope you will come and say hi. I would love to connect with you face to face. There's another new opportunity that I'm really excited to share with you, and that is my partnership with Rocket PD. I'm going to be offering a brand new live cohort experience. So Rocket PD is a company that is founded by educators and really puts the teacher experience first. I have watched them partner with other folks that I'm friends with and other folks that I admire in the education space, and have just been so impressed with the integrity and the way that they run their business. Truly, truly high quality professional development and super relevant from really great folks. So when they invited me to join them, I was very honored and really excited to be able to offer something that is actually presented live, because everything that I've done so far is basically like self-paced courses. And I think there's a certain energy that comes when you are working through the materials with a cohort, like you do with 40-hour full year, right? Like you have other people joining at the same time and attending live trainings together and interacting in real time. And I think that's especially true now because people are so busy that when you have a self-paced course, sometimes you just never really get to it. You tell yourself you'll do it, but then you never really do it. I am certainly guilty of that myself. I have a number of courses that I have enrolled in and never actually used the materials yet. I still have hope that one day I will do that, because that's a story we tell ourselves, right? When it's live, when you have to show up at a certain day and time, you're just more likely to do it. I mean, it's the same reason that I practice yoga in a studio rather than at home, because I know I have to be there at a certain time, and that is a motivation for me to actually show up. I can't just procrastinate endlessly. So that's what this is going to be. And you'll be learning together with a group in real time with direct support from me and interaction. So it's really a nice option if you prefer more structure rather than the self-paced one, the 40-hour teacher workweek program. Some folks like the self-paced. So you have that option too. But if you want a little bit more accountability and motivation, my course through Rocket PD touches on these same topics that we talk about in 40-hour. It's called Unlocking Teacher Productivity, a systems-based approach for streamlining your workload. So we're going to have 5 live sessions together in October, and I will be walking you step by step through how to simplify lesson planning and lesson prep, systems for managing paperwork, for grading more efficiently, ways to reduce decision fatigue, how to set boundaries around your time, how to maintain focus and energy, and specific strategies for protecting your planning periods and maximizing non-instructional time. So there's way more than just that, but it really is all of my best tips for unlocking teacher productivity and creating good systems for streamlining. And these sessions will be held live on Zoom. If you can't attend in real time, or there's a particular week you can't attend, that's fine. Replays are going to be available, so you can still participate on your own schedule. So I know some of you are listening internationally, and this would be held at like 3 a.m. for you. So no worries, you will have access to all of the recordings. Now, the live cohort with Rocket PD is more expensive than the self-paced 40-hour program. Partly because you're getting live training from me and personal interaction, and partly because Rocket PD manages all the logistics, the tech, the enrollment, the support behind the scenes, and they retain a portion of the income to cover those costs. But the format here is incredibly powerful and effective. So if you are looking for a PD opportunity that your school might be willing to fund, Rocket PD is really used to working with districts, purchase orders, group discounts. So you may be able to get the full cost covered by your school. That really is the goal. So if you would like to have live coaching and connection, consider joining me for Unlocking Teacher Productivity this fall. And if that topic isn't exactly what you're looking for, Rocket PD has an amazing lineup of other educators and topics this year too. I want to highlight a couple of the folks who you've heard me talk with on this podcast before, since you may be already familiar with their work. So Dave Stewart Jr. has a course on simple, sustainable literacy instruction. You've heard me interview Elena Aguilar. She is offering transformational coaching techniques. Zaretta Hammond is leading a workshop on culturally responsive teaching strategies. AJ Giuliani is offering a course on building student-centered classrooms. John Spencer is leading a session on empowering students through creativity and choice. And Jen Gonzalez from Cult of Pedagogy is teaching high-impact teaching strategies. It's really about lesson design and strengthening student outcomes and engagement. And that's just a couple of the folks. Those are some of the ones that you may have heard before on the podcast, but there are other awesome instructors there. And again, this is just very high quality PD. I have researched this very thoroughly before partnering with them. And they have also researched my work as well to make sure that we're a good fit. And I just feel like there's a lot of alignment there and that you can trust that your experience with Rocket PD will be great. So I don't have like an affiliate link. I don't make any direct profit from you enrolling in other people's courses. I'm just mentioning it to you in case my topic on teacher productivity is not what you need, but you do need other CEUs or PD credits. Definitely check out Rocket PD. I just think they're just really great people. So I will drop the links in the show notes to where you can learn more about all of these different things. And that brings me to the final big project that I have been working on, which is Finding Flow. If you haven't seen it yet, Finding Flow Solutions is my curriculum that is designed to help students build executive functioning skills, self-regulate their energy, and get into a productive, focused state for learning. And I am thrilled to share that the entire curriculum for grades 3 to 12 is now complete. So it's organized into 3 separate versions. There's grades 3 to 5, grades 6 to 8, and grades 9 to 12. This has been a huge undertaking over the last 2 years, and I am so excited that everything is now released and available. I'm currently working on creating some Finding Flow resources for grades K to 2 as well. These won't be quite as extensive as the upper grade materials, simply because the demand at that age range and the developmental needs are a little different. But I will have a few supplementary resources available that you can use to start laying the foundation for executive functioning and energy management, even with our youngest learners. And finally, there may or may not be a Finding Flow book coming out this fall. No promises yet on the timeline, but it is something I'm actively working on behind the scenes. And the book explores why so many students are struggling in school right now and what neuroscience teaches us about the real solutions. And I'm really highlighting the examples from K-12 teachers who are making these ideas work in their classrooms today. So really just having a deeper understanding about why student attention spans and disengagement levels feel differently now and how can we respond to kids. So that's on the horizon somewhere in there. If you have stuck with me all the way to the end of this episode, thank you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being invested in my life and my work. And I am so grateful for the ways that you support me in these programs, whether it's leaving a review or recommending something that I do to a colleague or telling your administrators about what I offer. If you are forwarding my emails to other educators or texting a friend a link to a resource, or even just liking, commenting, following on social media. All of that helps. Even just downloading and listening to this episode really makes a difference. Your time and your attention are truly valuable to me. I know how many things are out there competing for your attention. I know how many other things you have to listen to. And I just appreciate you more really than I can say, especially those of you who have been around for a long time, because some of you have been following me for more than 2 decades, which is just such an honor. So from here, I recommend checking out the show notes for links to everything that I mentioned today. And then you can easily just click through and explore whichever opportunities or resources interest you most. So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. I will be back next Sunday with our regularly scheduled programming.